The time has come, take the mantle and implement solo queue. But I posted thank you for the consideration, but I don't think anyone can save WoW PvP anymore. Some of the previous devs actually had really good plans for PvP, however it never gets executed because of the strings they have attached. Higher ups is the problem, and their PvP budget. Like, they can have a billion good ideas, but it never gets executed, and I think joining Blizzard will be miserable. I think I would hate the game even more if I worked for them. I know Stoopzz thought about joining and I was like, dude, you're gonna be miserable if you join.
No.
Did that guy taunted? What am I seeing right now, Jeff? We got a pally tank and he's taunting the flag carrier.
Dude, how did we get here? When I started this YouTube channel, I had so much love for WoW PvP. And I know a lot of people say WoW is a PvE game, Omega lol, and yes, I know WoW is a PvE game now.
It used to be a PvP game, but Blizzard went on the direction of PvE because PvP sucked and all the smart PvPers left the game already. And only the same people stayed. Same rank 1 player, same tournament player. Never changes. Maybe like once in a while, new sprinkles, but it's so different
Nowadays, but to me, it was always just so much more than that. The first time I logged on WoW, I was around 12 years old and my parents had recently split up. We didn't have a lot of money, so we moved into my aunt's house, and all I wanted to do was play games with my friends back home. My friends Ricky and Brandon told me about a game called World of Warcraft, and I begged my mom for about a week straight for the $15 so I could pay that monthly subscription. After a ton of convincing, my mom finally decided to give me the money to play the game.
It was so hard to convince your parents or your brother to pay for them.
And when I got into the game, the only thing my friends wanted to do was duels, low-level battlegrounds, and world PvP. None of that boring, lame Dragon Slayer Joe shit that everyone likes today. Durotar was packed, world PvP was alive, and everyone was dueling and ganking each other to make a name for themselves on the server. In fact, there used to be these two losers, these Night Elf losers that would gank me 24/7 named Starsky and Hush. Regardless, it was still probably some of the best times in my life. However, as I got older and right as I was leaving for college, my dad ended up passing away and my mom at the same time had to go in for this crazy heart procedure to get a valve transplant. And all of that news just sent me down this really weird path.
Sad.
I started using a bunch of substances and I stopped playing World of Warcraft. And this whole thing went on for a couple of years until I got in a really bad accident with one of my friends and my mom had to go in for another procedure. I realized at that moment that if I want to be there for my mom, I'm going to have to clean up my act. And in order to do that, the only thing I knew how to do was just play World of Warcraft. So I picked back up the game and then I realized all of my friends had quit. The game felt extremely different. I had a really difficult time finding people to play with, and everyone just seemed so interested in PvE. And because of this, I was so frustrated that I decided to make a YouTube channel to try to promote PvP and get people excited about PvP so other players would try it. And through that frustration, everything started to turn out all right. I finished my degree in family therapy, I got sober, I made a bunch of new friends, I created this YouTube channel, and then BFA hit, and I noticed a huge shift in how the game was designed. It started to feel impossible to maintain an ult, there was a ton of barriers to entry that were created, and the actual gameplay began to suffer. My time spent playing
oh wait, he's talking about BFA. From my experience in Shadowland, I think the start was good, but it just had a long content drought. And then when they come back from the content drought, they just threw so many things in our face. And as a big PvP player, you need to have more than like one character. Even tournament players, they have multiple healers and multiple characters, right? I played 4 character at the time, and man, doing renown grind and the quests, the daily quests, and the Tower of Torghast every day, it burns you out. Like, you rarely have time to PvP, and like when you play WoW, or for me, all I want to do is PvP, but you can't really PvP. You're just doing all these side stuff. And it was just so brutal. So I just stopped playing retail.
Playing the game was filled with chores rather than doing the actual things that I enjoy. The reason I was paying $15 a month in the first place.
I hate
it was at this moment that there was a shift in my YouTube and Twitch content. Rather than focusing on promoting PvP, I spent my time creating videos aimed at generating awareness on the issues that I believed were plaguing the game. You know, over time, I'd read some comments from viewers telling me to vote with my wallet instead of trying to make videos advocating for change, saying that
they're trying to string you guys paying the sub. Blizzard is trash in so many ways, stopping their money. Yeah, we get that all the time. I just like the game. I love to support the game, but it just took the worst turn, man.
voting with my wallet was the only way that Blizzard would listen. And to be honest, they were probably right. But the game had meant way more to me than just that monthly subscription. It represented a huge change in my life,
Way more,
so
man.
I still held out hope. I hear people talk about the idea that WoW is doomed, it's impossible to fix, and that the good times are simply a thing of the past.
I don't think
and
they
to
can
be
fix
honest,
it unless
I
they
really
do WoW
can't
2
stand when people
or a
say
whole
that
new
because
WoW
in my
reset.
opinion, fixing World of Warcraft, at least the daily gameplay, is rather simple. When you look at the gameplay model of a typical MMO, you'll find that they often feature several progression paths. Most players have come to expect your initial leveling and class progression, followed by your overall gear progression. This will then lead you into the end game progression, which consists of high-end PvE or PvP content. And although gear is a reward through these,
I honestly think, I'm sorry for pausing the video a lot, but I honestly think high-end content I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say it. For me, when I was younger, I like just leveling, doing BGs at a random level, playing with my friends, making friends along the way, and just doing casual stuff. You make a lot of friends doing that, but once you start doing like arenas or high-end mythic stuff, you start losing all that friend because you only want to play with the best players. Also, a lot of the people in their mind, it's like, or that's how I am too now, but when I was inviting my friends from high school to play WoW, I would say, you need to get to max level. That's where the fun starts. But then, in my childhood, I had fun like just leveling and having fun with the friends, fooling around, not even leveling to max level, right? It took me forever to get to max level when I was younger, but I don't know, something about the game changed.
Game progression paths, you are also working towards various accomplishments and achievements demonstrating that you've improved over time. Unfortunately, Blizzard decided to add even more progression paths to the
Yeah, I'll say, see, this guy says if you have a solid guild, you're kind of wrong. I don't think so, because even in my guild, people only raid log. Like, that's all you do. They only raid log now. But the best part about TBC2 or even Classic WoW is the first part, where everyone's playing together, everyone's doing BG together, everyone's just farming biz gear. But once everyone's like geared, no one logs on, dude. All they do is raid log. That's literally it. Same thing in Classic WoW, same thing in Retail WoW, same thing in BC right now. Like, all the friends, they only raid log where they just quit. Not even kidding, dude. Not even kidding.
The game to satisfy some type of metric or perhaps to revive this missing RPG element of the game, and this was the birth of various borrowed power systems and weekly chores. And you hear players complain about these weekly chores, but they are a result of the added progression systems, your Heart of Azeroth, your Legendary Cloak, your Renown and Covenant campaigns, etc. It's these added progression systems in which your character's overall power level is
my
locked
main
behind.
content was
This
to do
means that your
PvP
end game
and
experience
PvE,
is
so I
now
could gear up
clouded
to do
behind your
BGs
Covenant
or
progression, into your
arena stuff
campaign
on the
progression,
friends, right?
into your Renown progression, into your Soulbind progression, into your Conduit progression. And this exact same chain exists for other mandatory systems in the game and has bled over from previous expansions, despite players stating they dislike the fact that player power is locked behind these additional progression paths. Now, if we could kind of just Control-Alt-Delete all these additional systems and focus more on what the players actually enjoy, the game, in my opinion, would be so much better. More dungeons, more raids, more class changes, more battlegrounds, more cosmetics, customization, and regularly released content, which includes all of the previous things mentioned. That would be an expansion I would want to play. I want a deep focus on classes, not on conduits, soulbinds, and legendaries that will disappear after 2 years. Not something that you slap on the cover of a box in hopes to honey dick the random guy who watched a Twitch ad, which, by the way, you guys should check out my Twitch stream, of course, and subscribe to my channel. It's free. You just reach over and click with the little mouse and it would absolutely make my day. But with that, 80% of my time playing World of Warcraft is spent doing things that I don't enjoy, just so I can spend 20% of my time doing the things that I actually enjoy. And that's wrong. I don't care if it's an MMO, video
For free,
games are
chat.
supposed to be fun, and I'm supposed to want to log in and play every day, not dread the thought of my time playing the game. And for me, it doesn't end there. When I watch the Arena Championships, I'm embarrassed of the actual gameplay. The game is riddled with ridiculous cooldowns and multipliers, as well as various passives that are responsible for these long drawn out dampener games and the random one-shots that obliterate you from 80% health.
Ouais. Je pourrais faire.
Monkas. I actually don't
And these
understand people that
issues
do that.
rarely get addressed because
Chad, please don't be one of those people that punch everything. Like, just imagine, chat. After that guy go grab some water, comes back. Fuck, I destroyed my keyboard. Now he has to like pick up everything, put it together, or even have to buy a new keyboard. Dude, why would you do that? So stupid.
because they're so focused on balancing all of these systems and borrowed power systems that eventually get removed. And all of this has led me to one question. The reason I started making YouTube videos in the first place. If a new player comes into my stream and asks me, Stoopzz, should I get into WoW PvP? My answer would have to be no. The barrier to entry is way too high. The LFG system is horrible at finding potential partners, and the actual gameplay is
In high school, I made all my friends play WoW, right? But when they asked if they should play again during like BFA, I told all of them, no, don't play this game. This game sucks. And then I was playing by myself. I couldn't invite my friends. The game was bad. Like, I don't want them to play it. It's bad, dude.
is nowhere near where it can be or should be. How can I make videos about a game that I wouldn't recommend myself? It feels wrong, disingenuous, and for me, that is the saddest part. From where I came from and how I started to where we are today. I tried my absolute best to push for changes that I thought players would appreciate, but you know what? Maybe Blizzard isn't designing the game for players like me anymore. Maybe I'm not their target audience, and that's fine. I think World of Warcraft definitely still has a future. In fact, the other day I saw a job opening being posted for a PvP designer working on World of Warcraft, and a year ago that would have been my dream job. But over time, I've realized that I enjoy much more working with you guys and the community. There's new administration in charge, and in fact, the co-president was in my stream the other day. Seems like a great guy, he's interacting with the community, so again, I think World of Warcraft has a future. But for now, I'm not sure I'll be a part of it. And I know some of you out there look forward to WoW content, so I'll still post broad news related videos here and there. But until Blizzard does right by correcting all of the issues that are going on within their workplace and begins making fundamental gameplay changes, I will not consider returning. I want to be on the journey of finding the next MMO or game that will inspire me to make videos. Perhaps it's New World or
I think
Final
that's part
Fantasy,
of why their game
albeit
sucks,
the
because they were
PvP
too
doesn't
busy
look great in
harassing
those games.
females.
I'm still willing to give them
And
a
they're just
try.
sweating their ass
Currently,
off
I'm
when
most
they're
excited
getting like
about Lost
inspected
Ark.
by
It's a game that I've been playing
police
for several weeks
officers.
now, and the arena and PvP experience has probably been the most fun I've had in years. There's no insane grind to PvP, everything is equalized, and the combat feels like a game should feel in 2021. It's something that
Dude,
I'm excited
Lost
to try
Ark,
out, but who knows?
so
Maybe I'll make
good.
videos on other games that I think you will all enjoy.
So good,
I want to
chat.
keep my options open, but I know there are many players like me that are looking for a game to satisfy that MMO PvP itch, and I want to help them find that. And if it turns out that game doesn't exist, well then, at least I can say I tried. I really want to thank everyone so much who has supported me up until this point. I make videos because I enjoy interacting with you guys. I know a YouTube channel pivot like this at my size can be pretty detrimental, and I'm taking a leap here. I know some of you may not be interested in supporting me in reviewing upcoming projects, but I really think I can do a great job at that. So at this point, I simply have two options. I can either continue making WoW videos in hopes to relive memories of the past, or I can follow my heart in creating new ones.
World of Warcraft
I saw this part in Asmon's stream.
was my best friend. Maybe someday
The city was a legend back then. Man, I used to watch every city video. Dude, actually, I was driving home with my brother yesterday, And we were talking about how back when Drake Dog or Lane Time would post a video, we would be like, oh my god, new Drake Dog video! And we would like coom watching that. It was the same thing with Swifty, like we would just wait until he posted. I wonder if there's people like that that waits for my content too, dude. That was awesome when I was younger. Just waiting for my favorite content creator to post their video.
Now your suit sounds like a GG.
No! Me, thank you, MCap. You're the only one, man. I appreciate it.
Was my best friend.
Sag. Keep doing what you do, Stoopzz. I'll support you in anything you find to do. Actually, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to make it too cheesy, you know? We talk every day. I talk with Stoopzz every day, chat. Yeah. Yes, I always wait for your video since I discovered your mob. Aw, thanks, man. It is true, though. Like, when I was younger, I only made montages, right? And that was a passion for me in WoW, just PvP, but PvP just kept going down and down and down. Now like PvE is more popular, Blizzard barely puts in time into PvP. And like I said in the past, Blizzard has a fund, like a maximum amount of fund. Like they have one bag of money and they have to share that with PvP and PvE and raid and dungeons, etc. Everything. And it comes down to them wanting to focus on the big new thing on the expansion. So they're like BFA, Island Expedition, Warfronts. That's the big package right there. And then they do PvE, raid, everything. And then they have PvP. That's it. And then PvP don't get funded enough, man. It sucks. I hate that about WoW.